everyone, welcome to the Lineage II Classic patch preview. I am Margaret Crone. Since this is kind of our first stream, we'll talk a little bit about who we are. I am the online video and media content manager here at NCSoft for all of our products. And the person you guys probably actually care about is the one, the only, Jason Lieberman. Tell them a little bit about what you do here at NCSoft.
So I'm the Lineage II producer. I've been working for Lineage II for about 7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah, long time.
And we just had our 14th birthday.
Yes.
Which
almost
is just
15.
Insane. And to kind of celebrate that, we have Lineage II Classic coming.
Right. So Lineage II Classic, it's a new type of server we're going to be launching next week. It's going back to the roots of the game. So hardcore leveling, hardcore PvP, open world, no instances, and then epic raids.
Yeah. And I think you think back like 14 years ago and you're like, no instances. That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how Lineage II Classic is going to work. I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview of like what we're going to be doing today. So this is going to be the patch preview. So we're going to talk a little bit about how Classic works, the quality of life improvements, so things that are going to be different from the Classic game that you would have normally have played back in the day, and then also the content that you're going to see, as well as any systems differences, and of course our plans for the future. So that should cover everything. And of course, if you have any further questions or concerns, you can toss them in chat. We'll see what we can do in regards to grabbing them. The chat is going crazy. Thank you. We just saw there's people from all over the world watching right now, so that's pretty amazing for us. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and let's get things started. Let's talk a little bit about how the L2 class is going to work and how you access the servers.
Sure. So L2 Classic is going to be in the same client as our live client that we have now. So if you're playing on our live servers now, you just need to load up the client next week and you should be good to go. There'll be a 2 gig patch and that's it. If you don't have our client yet, you can actually pre-download now and you'll all be set next week as well.
Yeah, and if you do !classic in the Twitch chat, it will give you a link to our Classic website and you should be able to download it from there. Super duper easy. So when you pick your server, you're going to just pick a drop down and you're going to pick the Classic server. And I think you wanted to show that, correct?
Right, so we're going to go in, we have our NT launcher here, so we're going to start. All right, there's our new splash screen.
Don't mind our messy backdrop, all the folders.
And then here's our new loading screen. This is a view of Aiden from Talk Now in Village. So you can see here we have our live servers here.
Oh gosh, if you guys spam it in chat, then it won't show up. Mubot only works every little bit.
We have our live servers here, and then we have our Classic servers. These are just temporary names for now. We'll let you guys know what the new names are for next week. We're going to go in.
Hop on in.
And we're going to create a new character.
And of course, I think a lot of people have been asking about this, but we are going back to our core 5 races, which is pretty exciting, as well as bringing back their towns. So you want to show off all the races quick?
I'll just show off the races quick. So we're going back to Classic. It's before God's Destruction update, before Chaotic Throne update, Camille update, all the way to the Chronicle update. So you don't have Camille race, you don't have the Earthea race, and you have the original 31 classes. So we're going to go and also look through the races real quick. You remember all of them: humans, elves, dark elves.
My homies.
I love dark elves.
I love dark elves too.
Orcs, and of course the dwarves, our crafters.
Yes. So we're gonna hop in and we're actually going to just create a character really quick. Jason's going to do that.
I always pick this hairstyle.
It's so emo. Why?
I know, I like it. That's what I started with. Okay.
I'm like imagining you with that haircut now.
No, it's not going to happen.
No. Maybe we'll get him in a wig one day. We'll dress
Maybe.
up. I'll dress up as a dark elf if you.
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
He's like, no.
I could do dwarf. I get a mustache, a beard.
Heck yeah.
Maybe for
dwarves are awesome.
Maybe for Christmas.
Where my dwarves at? Tell
Santa
us in
Claus.
chat what your favorite races of the 5. We'd love to know. And of course, going back in, we're going to show you guys kind of one of the starting areas for one of the classes. But all the 5 new ones will be showing up, and players are going to start there. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that they're going to notice right off the bat.
Okay, so first thing you'll notice, we're back in the old starting zone. With the God Destruction update back when we went free to play, we kind of combined the starting zone into one and redid the Talking Island Village. Now we're going back to the original Talking Island for humans. All the other races will also have their own villages. You'll have Dark Elf Village, Elven Village, you'll have Orc Village all the way up here, and then you'll have Dwarven Village all the way here.
Sweet.
So everyone will start at their own race villages again.
And of course, one of the things that we wanted to talk about was the removal of the vitality system. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
On our live servers, we have vitality system that's kind of like a fatigue system for XP. We've done away with that completely. We want to keep it simple, let players level up without having to worry that they're out of vitality. So that's what we've done with the classic server. So we're going to get in. Let me just start killing away.
Yeah, start killing them gremlins.
1 second, I think I need to turn off one setting. Okay, there we go. So now I can attack.
We've got GM powers, so.
Yeah. So this is the, original way to level up from level 2 or 3, killing gremlins in the starting zone.
Yep. And of course, while you're doing this, we're just going to talk about a couple different things here. We will go into some obvious things that you guys are seeing right now, but look, we're going to talk about a couple things right off the bat here, which is going to be, let's talk a little bit about the class transfer stuff and skills and whatnot.
So for Classic Server, we're going to be launching with the 1.5 content update. So up to 1.5 back when the game first launched, 14 years ago. Sorry.
I'm like, I'll kill the thing.
You won, okay. So 14 years ago, 1.5 content. Sorry, I lost it already. I'm so into the.
He's a nervous guy.
I'm not nervous. I'm just right now. I'm trying to level up my
We're talking
character.
about class transfer stuff.
Oh right.
Skills.
So up to second class transfer will be available. In future updates, we'll introduce the third class, but like I mentioned before, we're not going to have God Destruction updates for Classic Server, so there won't be a fourth class transfer.
And that beautiful, beautiful level up noise. Congratulations, homie.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that kind of covers that. We'll talk a little bit about crafting. There's not a lot to talk about on that front. But
For crafting, we've gone back to the original, so dwarves can only craft now. They introduced,
there can only be one crafter.
before they introduced common craft for all races back I think in Chronicle 3 or 4. So we have done away with that, so it's now back to the original. Of course, you can still craft through dwarven workshops. So yeah, let me see. I need to get my soul shots and skills. Not yet.
Did you turn in the quest?
There's no quest. That's the beauty of Classic. You don't have to worry about going and completing all these quests. You can just grind monsters and level up that way. It's pretty fun. Okay, let me just put the skill. All right.
And going into the next thing, which kind of ties in with quests, is talking a little bit about the mission system.
Right.
We'll go into more details later, but obviously the thing that we just discussed was that you don't have to follow along with the quest line.
Right, so the mission system is something we've introduced from the live servers where you can, after you level up, you get special rewards for leveling. These are free rewards, you can use them. So level 2, I got some healing potions. Level 3, more healing potions. And then level 4, I'm getting the Scroll of Escape. So I'm gonna kill some monsters here. Some bearded Keltier.
And while you're leveling up, speaking about how you level up and grouping with people and whatnot, let's talk a little bit about parties and how that's going to work.
So obviously I can't show how many people I can have in a party right now, but you can now have back to 9 players in a party. Before with the God's Destruction update, we had simplified it to 7 because we had
still have 7 if you want, though.
You can have 7, but if you want to be really effective, you want to have 9 players in a party because we're going back to the original 31 classes. So before with the God Destruction update, we had simplified it to 8, and now we're back to 31. So it's really important that you have certain types of classes in your party. Mage, healer, buffer, damage dealers, different types of archers. So it's really important. So I'm gonna go, I wanna kill some LPs. I'm gonna speed this up.
Did you see
a
him?
bit.
He tried to put one in the trash. He's so mean.
I don't like them.
But how can you not like them?
They're
They're
stuff-
so cute.
they're
They're like
stuff-
the unicorns of L2.
They're unicorn bunny rabbits. They're stuff of nightmares.
Which is like awesome.
Here's one.
Both things are awesome.
There's one.
And of course, talking about something else here, if you guys do run into any issues or things like that, I know a lot of people have been, talking about problems that they've seen in game and whatnot. In order to put in a customer service ticket, it's going to be the same route that you would normally, except for instead you're going to drop down and select your classic server so that they know that they know where the ticket's coming from. So make sure that you do that whenever you're submitting tickets. Obviously, right now it's not necessary because we're not launched
Right.
yet. But once we're launched, and if you see any problems or anything like that, they'll be the ones that will help you out.
Right.
Now, that does not mean bugs or any of those types of things. Those still, the best route for those is going to the forums and letting us know if you come across any bugs or anything like that over there, so that we can
Yes.
address those.
So now,
And of course, we've been gathering your guys' feedback. There's a lot of feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. It has altered the way that we've made Classic and helped us make some hopefully good decisions that you guys will enjoy. And as we launch and as we get further into things, we will be having more updates and we will try to address what we can. So keep giving us your feedback. We appreciate it.
all right, so I think we're going to have a change of scenery here. We're going to go into another character.
Yes. Well, let's talk a little bit about quality of life improvement stuff. Let's move into our next segment. Since we've kind of shown you guys what it is, I mean, we're not going to go through the whole leveling process. You guys are going to go through that. It's going to be fun for you. Next week, we'll actually be playing a little bit, and we'll play with you guys as well so that we can level up together. But the first thing that you're going to obviously notice is, well, let's talk a little bit about the WASDA movement, because we are allowing that to be something.
WSD.
You're actually going to say it. WASD.
WASD.
He said it
Yes.
during our practices. He could not say WASD.
Yes.
So show them how they can turn that on in the settings.
So this is something we had it in the game for a while, but only lately we actually changed how it works. So before, A and D could move the camera while you were going forward and back. So now we've actually added strafing, so you can move like a normal person in with like a regular WASD game. So to do that, you just need to check enter chat, apply in your settings, and then you can move like this. But the game was created with point-to-click in mind, so that's I guess more preferred by regular players. This is for people who are just not used to point-to-click.
Yeah. So if you have a friend who wants to join, but that's what's keeping them from playing, hopefully this will help them.